My name is Demetri Broxton. I'm the Senior Director of Education at Museum of the African Diaspora in San Francisco. I'm also a practicing artist, and I sit on the advisory board of Black Space Residency. I'm primarily dreaming for artists, especially emerging artists, and particularly as a biracial person, the Filipino community and African American community. One of the things that really stood out to me from this process was, meeting people from just various different fields, having people who are thinking about, urban planning, who are thinking about specific communities, even thinking about the woman who's the neighbor who lives right across the street and, finding out about what she's most concerned about, what she envisions for her community, just really had me stop and pause to think, how can I integrate those voices into the work that I do? And I've just really enjoyed, having this opportunity to meet people from so many different cross sections of life, and also from the city, just from this neighborhood, and being able to connect with them. That's a really rare opportunity, and it makes me hopeful for what the future of the space can be. I've been part of other charrettes before, and this one has been really different. I think there's been a lot of intention behind setting the expectations, but also setting really the tone that this is an inclusive space. This one has been more about setting a tone of being community-centered, focusing on the arts, but also focusing on the people who live in the neighborhood. And I think that's really set this process apart. I think there's an intentionality. There's also a care for the community. And so it's been really great to just realize that there's all these other creatives and people who care just as much about the community that are, within a couple blocks radius of where I work every day, that I had no idea we're doing this work. So it's been a really phenomenal process, bringing together this broad array of people with different backgrounds, different interests, different focus communities, and then trying to define what that means as a whole, how we all serve them equally, has been really an amazing conversation. And then what are the ways that we make them feel welcome within our space? What are the ways that we set up our process so that their voice is centered at all times? And so those are things I definitely plan to integrate more into the work that I do.